we've been talking in playtest. We have a chat about classes and which class we think needs improvement the most. So we did had a chat about a year and a half ago. It wasn't actually in this chat. We just had a chat in general saying that gunners needed some sort of buff. So that's when we sort of saw. I think we saw Six Gun come out after that. You know, they brought out a good gunner, and we were saying it's good for a good gunner to come to the game. We've obviously got Skids. It was still good, you know. Then we brought out 5-star Sea Spray into the game. He got a bit of a buff where he did his whirlwind did more damage and electrical damage as well, and sort of stunned everything, but definitely buffed it anyway. So we you know, we got some good increases to gunners. You know, smoke screen as a 5-star as well came around. I think around that time when we were talking about it, maybe might have been just before it. But that's sort of to give you the idea of the time frame. That's how long ago we started talking about gunners and how they need to be relevant in the game again. And that's when we started seeing the likes of, you know, glitch and top heavy and all these sort of combats coming out as well, especially made for gunners. The last conversation we had was around warriors, and we said warriors definitely need some sort of buff. So what they did was they decided to rework Ironhide. Ironhide and Scrapper, and I'm trying to include some cons on this now. Sideswipe, I think, as well. Maybe not Sideswipe. But anyway, a lot of the rushing warriors decided to give them a shield, change their abilities so they're a bit different. So, you know, they all gave them fire behind them or ice behind them and different abilities. And the 8s thought that that would really sort of solve the issue of rushing bots. But it hasn't. People start using them. Even with a 5-star Pipes release, he's got the highest health in the game, I believe. He's definitely up there. If not the highest, it's definitely the top 3. I'm pretty sure it's the highest, though. 5-star Pipes instead of health is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But people still don't use him in wars. So you got to think that, you know, why is that? And I've said this time, I said it in testing back then. I said it for 5-star Pipes. I said it when they did the warrior buff. I said the big problem with this is that people that sack, people that walk, once you've sacked, it's generally a bit of a walk. Or you do a walk, pretty much. So when you use these bots, you want your bots, you want your warriors or your tanks to stay close together. You want your gunners behind them, and you want your healers behind them. That is perfect. You can go through the whole base like that. You pretty much guarantee to win. And the art of walking is not having certain bots. Maybe it's just keeping them in formation. That's the bit. By taking out particular defenses, pathing. That's the hard bit about walking, is the pathing part. If you understand that, it becomes quite easy. So again, you want to keep your tanks together, your gunners together, your healers together. So if you rush a bot forwards, that becomes the focus point of all the defenses in front of them. It's not just a beam laser, it might be a beam laser and a cannon and a mortar, or maybe an MDS or a turret or whatever else. All of a sudden, there's a lot of defenses on them. And you can say, oh, he's got a 100% shield. You know, that's fine for 10 seconds. But after that 10 seconds, all of a sudden they start to lose health very quickly. And then your healers will run and heal that bot. And while your healers are healing that bot, the rest of your team aren't getting healed because that bot is taking so much damage. Now, if you just rush them either way, you know, to one defense maybe, it's not too bad. But you've got to keep them on a very tight leash. You can use them for sack, but the range is not very good. They're not ideal, and I wouldn't want them buffed in terms of range. So, and added on top of that as well, they do damage behind them. But you don't sort of rush ahead with defenses behind you. Normally, the defenses are gone, and you're rushing because your gunners are walking away. And you want to cut them off so they're not taking damage. So, most defenses behind you have already gone. So I don't understand the thinking of Space 8, what they're trying to do with this. And I understand that we've got special bots that are high health and high damage. And they don't want to sort of maybe mix the classes up between, you know, warriors and special bots. But the problem is that warriors, they don't have, I wouldn't say crazy health compared to special bots. They have a few K more, but nothing crazy. And that's where they don't stand out, is that there are better special bots with good health that do a lot more damage. It's the better of the two, and it's more that not the warriors are that bad. It's just special bots do a lot better job. And so I've said multiple times that if they want to sort of improve these bots, you're talking slug. You see there, this is test account. I'm not even bothered to even level these. You know, Pyro Magna. You're talking, you know, Sideswipe as well. Who else? You're talking Pipes even. You're talking Jump Stream. All these sort of bots that rushed in. Ironhide as well. Forgot to miss Ironhide off. They need to do damage in front of them. They need to do damage ahead of them. So if you can imagine it, if Slug rushed ahead and did fire in front of him, you can combo that fire. You know, it's cheap ability cost. 3+2 is really cheap. You know. Same Pyromagna, you know, rush ahead, do fire in ahead of you. Hey, do it in a line, a big line if you want Pyromagna, make it a bit different, you know. So the Sideswipe, rush in, shatter glass in front of you. Not behind you, but in front of you, and a big, you know, a big circular area in front of you. You know. Looking at Pipes, you know, acid, again, rush ahead, do acid in front of you in an area. It might be in a cone shape, it might be in a circular area around you. Whatever, but again, helps with the, you know, combos and stuff. But it's damage in front of you, you know. Jump Stream's a shield. She needs something else other than shield. I mean, it's just the same as everyone else, pretty much. Let's be honest. You know, Egypt blocks 80%, does acid. She blocks 90% and damages walls. But that's like, yeah. Let's be honest. There's been a lot of talk as well. I meant to mention this actually. There's been a lot of talk about what people would like to see, like a hack bot. Why not add that to Jump Stream? Rush ahead and do a hack in an area. You know, I think they're just a bit scared that if they do that, if that warrior can rush ahead and take out a build bot, then it's massively OP to the point where they could just take out loads of sections of the base. I think that's what they're worried about. So that's why, personally, I don't think we'll see a rushing hack bot. But hey, it'd be pretty cool though. And then Ironhide, so yeah, block damage and magnetic pulse and disable defenses. Why not rush ahead and disable an area in front of you? You know, Bumblebee is a good area of you know, stun in front of him. Why can't you have a rushing bot that rushes to a certain point and stuns in front of them? And I think that'd really improve them. I think that even I might consider leveling a few of them. You know, I've kind of got a, you know, a stun team. And if I had a 5-star Ironhide that rushed ahead and did the same sort of area as Bumblebee in an area and stunned, then yeah, I would use him. I really would. I think he'd go on my team. I could use him, without a doubt. But, you know, they're just lacking that. Any kind of damage, lacking any kind of utility other than just being high HP stood at the front. If you're not going to rush with them, then yeah, they're brilliant. They'll just walk and take all the damage. But what's the point in having a bot which you're not going to use ability for? There's no point. I think they need a second rework. They need another rework to do some sort of damage. And listen, you can say that, listen, all rushing warriors only do damage in an area around them maybe. So you're not doing something stupid with them, so that they're not taking over from special bots. I think that might be the worry, that if they start giving them crazy damage, but why not just make it, instead of damage, just make it some sort of utility? You know, even if they put the fire as a low health, low amount of damage, you can still combo with the acid, maybe, and other bots and things like that. I just think there's more to be had from warriors, rushing warriors anyway. The only decent warriors in the game are those that sit back and have hollows and stuff, that don't rush ahead. You know, and the ones that do really rush ahead, like Goldfire, have got exceptional range. So I think a rework is on the cards again. You know, a lot of talk about it in sort of playtest, and even talking chats about how poor these guys are, even after the last rework. So, but what do you think? Let me know again in the comments in the chat, and yeah, let me know what you would like to see for warriors and what rework you would give them. With sort of the, you know, keeping in mind that we said that, you know, we can't give them crazy abilities that will take over from special bots, but how can we improve them to make them useful in the game?